Welcome students. In this video we are going to see solving of quadratic equation by factorization, and that is splitting middle term method. Find the roots of the following quadratic equation by factorization. So first question is x square minus 3x minus 10. Now once again we observe the coefficient of x square term, that is 1, and the last term is minus 10. So what is the product? That is minus 10. Now when product is minus 10, one of the number will be positive and one of the number will be negative. So naturally we have to find out factors of 10 or factors of 10 such that the difference of those two factors should come 3. Why difference? Because one of the factor will be negative as it is minus 10 and one of the factor is positive. So now 5 2s are 10 and 5 minus 2 3. Now which number should be assigned negative sign? So look at the middle term, it is minus 3, so we take bigger number to be minus. So minus 5 plus 2 will be minus 3. So now we can proceed for splitting the middle term with this minus 5 and 2. So the next step will be x square minus 5x plus 2x minus 10 is equal to 0. Then you can take x common, so it will be x minus 5. And from the next two terms, 2 can be taken common. So again you get 2 into x minus 5 is equal to 0. So x minus 5 is common again. So it will be x minus 5 into x plus 2 is equal to 0. Now when product of two numbers is 0, either of the number is 0. So we equate each factor to 0. Is it okay? So x minus 5 is equal to 0. Then we get x is equal to 5. If x plus 2 is equal to 0, then you get x is equal to minus 2. Now the word or is very important here. Is it okay? When product of two factor is 0, x minus 5 is equal to 0 or x plus 2 is equal to 0. Is it okay? So this or has to be mentioned in the solution, because that tells us that x can be either 5 or minus 2. Now put these two values in the equation. You will find for both the values LHS will become 0. Is it okay? You can verify it and check it. Let us go to the next problem. Now next problem is 2x square plus x minus 6 is equal to 0. Now here the coefficient of x square is 2 and the last term is minus 6. So again you are getting minus 12. Again one will be positive, one factor will be positive, one will be negative. So at difference you need to see, and middle term is, coefficient of middle term is 1. So difference should be 1. So easily you can find out 4 3s are 12. As middle term is positive, plus will be assigned to the bigger number and the smaller factor will be negative. So accordingly we can now split up the terms. So it will be 2x square plus 4x minus 3x minus 6 is equal to 0. From first two terms it will be 2x can be taken common. So you get x plus 2, and from next two terms it will be minus 3 which can be taken common. So it will be x plus 2. In this case you should always check whether you are getting same bracket or not. So now x plus 2 is common from these two terms. So it will be 2x minus 3 into x plus 2. So we have factorized and we got two linear factors. Now each of them should be equated to 0 because their product is 0. So now first condition, 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. So x is equal to 3 by 2 because 2x is equal to 3 and x is equal to 3 by 2. The second factor is x plus 2 is equal to 0. So x will be equal to minus 2. Is it okay? So how many roots are there? Two roots are there, 3 by 2 and minus 2. Now if the last term is negative, or constant term is negative, you will always get one positive root and one negative root. Is it clear? So this we have observed in previous problem also. Now let us go to the next problem. Now third problem is little important because here the coefficients are irrational number, but method is same. Again we observe the coefficient of x square, that is root 2, and we go for the constant term, it is 5 root 2. What is the product? The product will be root 2 into root 2, so it will be 10. Now it is positive number, and as it is positive, factors will be added because both will have same sign. So now factorize 10 such that you will get the coefficient of middle term as sum of those factors. So now 5 2s are 10, 5 plus 2, 10. Are you getting? So now As middle term is positive, you will find both the factors will be positive, that is 5 and 2. So let us go for now splitting middle term with 5 and 2 as the factors of 10. So we get 2x, root 2x square plus 2x plus 5x plus 5 root 2 is equal to 0. 2x plus 5x is 7x. Are you getting? Now here we have to take common. So now from first two terms, root 2x square, I'll rewrite it, root 2x square plus 2x. Now what can be taken common? Now x can be taken common very easily. You will say root 2 and 2, what can be taken common? So instead of root 2, can I write this 2 as root 2 into root 2? Now can we take root 2 and x common? If I take root 2 and x common, what will be left there? Here there will be x, and here what will be left? Only root 2. Are you getting? Are you getting? So if you take root 2x common from first two terms, what is left there? X plus root 2. Now this kind of calculation you should be able to do in mind. Is it okay? So let us go for the solution. Root 2x into x plus root 2. From next two terms it is very easy. 5 is seen clearly common in both the terms, so we can take 5 common, so it will be x plus root 2. Now x plus root 2 is taken common, so what is left there? Root 2x plus 5. Now again there are two factors and product of those two factors is coming 0, so each one should be equated to 0 to get the roots. So root 2x plus 5 is equal to 0. So we get x is equal to minus 5 root 2. Now I have written directly, you can add one more step, root 2x is equal to minus 5, hence x is equal to minus 5 by root 2. Now we have learned that rationalization of denominators. After doing rationalization, multiplying both numerator and denominator by root 2, you get the answer as minus 5 root 2 upon 2. But if you write this answer, then also it is correct. No marks are deducted. So first root I have got it minus 5 root 2 upon 2. Is it okay? Now next, which is the factor? Or x plus root 2 can be equal to 0. So then x will be equal to minus 2. Again, I am once again insisting that you have to use which word, children? The word or. Is it okay? Which word you have to use? Or word you have to use. So x can be minus 5 root 2 upon 2, or x can be minus root 2. So these are two roots. Now see the coefficient sign of the last term. It is positive. So when the last term is positive, both the roots will have same sign. Either both the roots will be positive or both will be negative. Is it clear? So remember these conditions. Now next problem. 2x square minus x plus 1 by 8 is equal to 0. Now here constant term is rational number. So first we will multiply both sides by 8 to simplify it. So we will get 2 into 8x square minus 8 into x plus 1 upon 8 into 8 is equal to 0 upon 8. After simplifying we get 16x square minus 8x plus 1. 1 by 8 into 8 it will be 1, and 0 into 8 it will be 0. Now factorizing, actually it is perfect square. But if you remember the identity, well and good. Otherwise you can go by splitting middle term method. Now 16 into 1, 16, and you have to factorize or split the middle term such as minus 4x minus 4x. 4 4s are 16 and 4 plus 4 8. As middle term is negative, it will be minus 4x minus 4x. Now from first two terms you can take 4x common, so it will be 4x minus 1. 4x into 4x minus 1 minus, from last two terms you can take nothing common. So which number is there? Always by default 1. So we have taken minus 1 common, so in bracket you will get 4x minus 1. Then 4x minus 1 is common. So what is left? 4x minus 1 is equal to 0. That means both the factors are same. So in other words, you can use identity and you can say it as 4x minus 1 is equal square is equal to 0. Clear, children? You can go by both the method. You can use identities also here to factorize quadratic equations. Now, as there are two same factors, we will just find out for one factor only, that is 4x minus 1 is equal to 0. So 4x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 1 by 4. So now here only one value you have obtained. What is the meaning of that? That means both the roots are same. Is it okay? So some quadratic equation has only one root. Meaning what? Both the roots are same. It is a perfect square. Is it clear, children? So I hope you have understood the splitting middle term method, which we have studied already. So it was just quick revision of that particular method. Focus on the quadratic equations having irrational numbers. Is it okay? Now let us go to question number 2. Question number 2 is very similar. Only thing is that there are bigger numbers. Now x square minus 45x plus 324. Because when we solve word problems, we always come across bigger number. It's not minus 10, 8, 16 and so on. So factorizing these 324 or bigger numbers suitably to satisfy the condition required for splitting middle term is challenging part. And it should be again, it should require very less time. Now how to do? So when you look at 324, can you say that it is square of 18? Is it square of 18, 324? If you don't remember this is one method that if you are remembering that it is square of 18, then it is very easy to get the combination. Now 18 and 18 is not our solution because 18 plus 18 is 36. We want sum because last term is positive. So factors whose sum is 45. But then now I am again splitting 18. If I split 18, so I will get 2 into 9. Now I will connect this 2 to 18, so you will get 36, and 36 into 9, again you will get 324. And 36 plus 9, you are getting 45. So you got the suitable pair. Is it okay? Here you have to go with trial and error method. Now 36 into 9 is 324 and 36 plus 9 is equal to 45. So see, from one step you have to start and you have to get the answer as quickly as possible. Is it okay? So we got the pair. So let us go for splitting middle term now. So we write x square minus 36x minus 9x plus 324 is equal to 0. Now why minus? Because middle term is minus. See, it is negative. So now from first two terms we can take common x and x minus 36, and from next two terms 9 can be taken common because 9 into 36 is coming 324. Is it okay? So now again you get 9 into x minus 36. Now from these two terms x minus 36 is taken common. So you will get x minus 36 into x minus 9, that is equal to 0. Now once again equating one factor to 0 because the product of two factors is 0. So x minus 36 is equal to 0. So you get x is equal to 36. Or x minus 9 is equal to 0. So you get x is equal to 9. See, if the last term is positive, which I told you, if the last term is positive, in previous problem both the roots were negative. Here both the roots are positive. So let me once again recall that property, that if constant term is positive, the sign of both the roots is same. The roots are either positive or negative. If the sign is negative, sign of the constant term, then one root is positive and other is negative. I hope you have understood. The next problem is given homework for you. So you will solve it and try to understand the concept by watching the video. Thank you, children.